Well, good evening, late afternoon, and if you're watching this not live, whenever it is that you are, hello there. This is Jojopah Maria and Saroma coming to you with another edition of Astrology for Self-Mastery, and this time it is for the month of June. So I'm going to start off giving you the first half of this month, and I will come back with the second half. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, this has been a very, very interesting time, very interesting energy that we are moving through. We clearly are in the process of entering into a new phase on the planet because there's been so many changes. And we're just now beginning to really start to have to be conscious of the fact that we can't go back. We can't go back. And so this astrology is going to be giving you validation for the fact that we're being asked to move forward and that it's scary. There's a lot of fear stuff up, but we can navigate through that. And that is my goal in presenting you with this information, is to really help you navigate through all this change energy that is happening. I do want to say to you that there's been a lot of, energies coming in to grow and stretch us. So you may be going through a lot of shifting, which may affect you in a very physical way by feeling fatigued, tired, unable to focus and concentrate in the way that you want. Some of that too is because, so much of life goes around a school year. And so school is just about to be out for some, it is out for others. And so, it's coming to this ending of a school year. And so there is that need for pause to, I made it through, breathe and relax. And we're almost ready for summer vacation, for the sun here in the Northern Hemisphere to move into where we can have a break. For those in the Southern Hemisphere, it's just the opposite. But even that is about a break when you go into winter. So hang in there. I just want to say to you, hang in there. Know that you're not crazy. You're not alone. I'm with you. And just take your time. Just put one foot in front of the other. And if things aren't panning out the way that you would like, the way that you think they should be, just know that that too has purpose. So there's no need to rush everything or anything. There's no need to feel like you failed because it didn't happen in the time and the way that you hoped. We're in a time where we're being asked to really be grateful and for the little things. So if you're planning a retreat or some kind of a workshop, or you're selling a product, even if one person shows up or one person buys something from you, celebrate that. Because right now with all the change that's going on, that's huge. That's really huge. So let go of thinking that success has to be in a way that you thought, and open up to learning that the real success right now is that you're choosing to wake up, get out of bed, and take the risk of learning how to have your joy, your happiness, your fulfillment in life. Yeah. So without further ado, let me move on to give you this astrology. We've got some really powerful stuff here. First of all, we're still in Gemini season. So again, happy birthday to all you Geminis out there. I have a Gemini rising. And so I know what it's like to be holding that balance between the opposites and integrating that into how you understand yourself and understand the world. So keep it up, because we need that right now, especially the heart-brain coherence. We need that. So here's my quotes for you for June. The first one is from Lena Stevens from thepowerpath.com. And she says, big changes are possible this month as you say no to what no longer feels right, and yes to new experiences and people showing up in your life. There is always a fear of letting go of the known, even if the known no longer supports you. The practical side of things this month is to harness the great ability of the mind to organize information to be in service to the heart and what the heart is choosing, not the other way around. Yeah, exactly. And then Astro Butterfly says we have two key aspects in June. Jupiter is conjunct the North Node, and Jupiter is also sextile Saturn. These are two amazingly supportive aspects that could lead us onto a path of growth and discovery. With Jupiter conjunct the North Node of purpose, there's a strong pull to walk the path of our purpose. The North Node will draw us in, pulling us into the unknown. We want to experience something deeper, something more meaningful, just like Coelho's The Alchemist. And if you haven't read that book, shame on you. We feel the call to adventure. Ashe, ashe. So really, really good stuff there. So let's start with yesterday, because this is a really huge aspect that has shown up. Some astronomers are saying like this is one of the most important ones that we will experience this year. And it is this Jupiter conjunct the North Node in Taurus. On the 1st it happened. Now, the North Node basically is an energetic portal that's invisible to human eyes, and it would sit above the moon if you could see it. And the energetic of this portal is about our destiny. It is about the energetic that pulls us forward into what I believe is accomplishing that which we promised when we decided to come to the earth plane. And so it's very powerful right now because Jupiter's in Taurus, and that is aligning with that North Node. And I'm going to give you a couple of slides here to talk about what that really means. So first of all, Jupiter and the North Node have quite a bit in common. They are both growth-oriented, forward-looking energies. Jupiter wants to find a higher meaning, and the North Node is our actual purpose in life. When Jupiter and the North Node meet, opportunity meets readiness. So just think about that. Think about the fact that there is an energy that is in play right now, an energy that is existing for you to support you moving forward on your purpose. And if you're not aligned with your purpose, guess what? Yeah, some stuff is going to be happening so that you become conscious of that and you can choose. And remember, we always have choice. But if you really want to get to those happy endings, you need to be aligned with purpose. That's what I talked about in my Wisdom Walk Talk broadcast last month. Yeah, we have to be aligned with that purpose in order to be in balance and be successful. So again, just know, I really, really want you to understand that there is a force out there right now that you have access to, whether you like it or not, that is pushing you into being aligned with the truth of who you are. Not your behaviors, not your pain, but the truth of who you are. Yeah, absolutely. So here's something else to know about this important aspect. Jupiter conjunct the North Node at 3 degrees Taurus opens new doors of opportunities for us. This is a unique chance to embark on a new journey, and you're going to hear that a lot this month. The start of a new journey. Jupiter and the North Node meet in a conjunction once every 12 years, but not in the same sign. So most of us get to experience one or a maximum of 2 Jupiter conjunct North Node transits in the same sign in a lifetime. This time, Jupiter and North Node will highlight the Taurus sector of your life, bringing a unique set of opportunities to not be missed. Yeah, that's like really, really, really powerful stuff right there. Like, yeah. Again, you know, the conjunction in the same sign with Jupiter, it doesn't happen. And Jupiter is all about expansion. It's about growth. It's about moving us into a higher consciousness. Yeah, it's got that energetic pull too. And so this combined with our destiny, with our purpose energy, purpose remembering, it's really, really a powerful time. And I got a comment here I want to share. Hey, TK. Yes, yes, yes. Watching the miracles show up. Yes. And thank you for this validation because, TK, there's so many people that are just feeling like, oh, nothing's happening, nothing's going on. I should be doing something. And no, you should be watching and opening up to having the miracles show up. So wonderful for you, darling. Thank you. Thank you for that. Absolutely. And so one more slide I want to share with you about this important conjunction with Jupiter and the North Node. With Jupiter conjunct the North Node of purpose, there's a strong pull to walk the path of our purpose. And again, this was from Astro Butterfly in her quote. The North Node will draw us in, pulling us into the unknown. We want to experience something deeper, something more meaningful. Yes. Oh, yes. The North Node is our inner compass. It's the inexplicable drive and longing that pulls us in and makes us do things that don't make sense to others and even to ourselves. We don't know why we are attracted to something. We don't know why we feel drawn in, but the pull and longing are difficult to ignore. Recognize and own the North Node and actually say yes to the call. Absolutely. It's time, folks, to go through that portal, to step into something new, to take that risk, to let go of being attached to what is no longer going to work for you. Yeah. So give yourself permission, especially with this energy. Now, it came in yesterday, but you're going to be feeling it, you're going to be feeling it for a period. And again, the more you engage with it, the longer you'll be feeling it. So that's going on. So if there's any disruption for you, any kind of feeling like you're coming out of your skin, yeah, this is definitely what's going on. I said that yesterday because that's how I felt. I felt like I was coming out of my skin. So again, beautiful conjunction. Now let's move into today. And today we have just one aspect, but it's a really sweet one. This is Venus in Cancer trining Neptune in Pisces. This healing aspect allows us to let go of any lingering heartbreak and find comfort and warmth with our loved ones. Really powerful. An easy day to get lost in daydreams, as energies will be perfect for artistic pursuits during this peaceful aspect. Yes. Really, really good energy today. A good day for napping, which I'm planning to do after I finish this live stream. But thank goodness we get that flow energy coming in after that powerful conjunction with Jupiter and the North Node. Now, moving right along into Saturday, we get our full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. I got a couple of slides for you about this because it's got a lot to it, and it's definitely connected to the Jupiter North Node conjunction. First of all, this lunation is a supermoon closer to Earth and called the strawberry moon in First Peoples tradition. And the spiritual meaning is related to gathering our sweet rewards. Yes. Again, like I said, a lot of people graduating. I have a friend who has 2 granddaughters graduating from from high school, getting ready to pursue their lives as adults. And so this is a time to taste those fruits, the time to pat ourselves on the back. And we made it through. We've come through. Absolutely. Also, this lunation is trine Mars in Leo and square Saturn in Pisces, inviting us to take action despite frustration, delays, and hindrances. Yeah. Yeah, because again, like I said, you may be feeling that, maybe feeling let down and, some things not moving right, but no, 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 no. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Now, this full moon shows us that Sagittarius is ultimately about truth. It teaches us that as we begin to appreciate the wisdom gained from some of the harder roads we've walked, it becomes easier to choose new ones. And this is from Jill Winterstein, an astrologer. So, Sagittarius, as in the horoscope, is all about that, overflowing, overflowing energy of newness and, going on a journey. It's about, being able to access your spiritual intelligence and to grow it, It is, an energy that helps us to, see direction, get clarity about our direction. Yeah. And not just from an intellectual place, but from our emotions, from our heart. Yeah. So this is a powerful moon, because the moon energy is, it raises up emotions. The full moon does. That's its job, right? We get pulled on, like, I feel that. That's why those tides are higher during the full moon. So our tides are higher. And the Sagittarius energy, and even it's a fire sign, it's got a masculine energy to it, but it's also very sweet. And so, it's really a powerful energy that's coming in. And at the same time, here's what it is also doing for us. And it's all about these fears. Yeah. Beneath the full moon in Sagittarius on June 3rd to 4th, we are reminded that the journey to find our truth is where the magic happens. Sagittarius does not guarantee a happy life full of rainbows and unicorns. It guarantees that when you are willing, you can find the higher meaning of any life experience. That's why I'm always talking about getting that treasure in the trouble. This full moon shows us that Sagittarius is ultimately about truth. It teaches us that as we begin to appreciate the wisdom gained from some of the harder roads we've walked, it becomes easier to choose new ones. And then this is from, of course, Jill Winterstein. She goes on to say, instead of fearing what could happen, we understand that anything could happen at any time, and we will always make the most of it. I just love that. I love, love, love that, because that is so what all of us need to be holding on to as a cosmic truth in our lives, that despite whatever challenge you are going to have, what's going to be brought to you, you can make the best of it and you can find a way forward. Quick example is my computer, as I'm opening it up, sends me a message from the operating system saying, your battery is dying and you need to check it out as to whether you need to get a new one or get a new computer, is basically what it meant. And I've only had this computer for maybe about 4 years. Yeah, about 4 years, and coming up on 5. And it hurts my heart because I love the features of this computer. And it also has like 2 terabytes of storage space, which allows me to, do video editing and download things. But anyway, I really had to open up and learn, what is this about and what does this mean for me, and, that it's not just about my computers dying. It's about there's an opportunity for me to get some new equipment, some different equipment, and to open up to learning, what I can have, I did go to the Geek Squad at Best Buy, and they were like, no, we don't replace those batteries anymore because they only going to last for about a year, and then people complain, and and I was like, oh, that's interesting. The universe is telling me that I may need to move on to something new. So I'm opening myself up to that. In the meantime, I'll make sure I keep this plugged in so the battery doesn't go out. And here's one more message for you about this beautiful strawberry moon in Sagittarius. It says the full moon in Sagittarius is a powerful time to face and transform fears. Yes, fear has a way of living in our bodies. While it is often at the forefront of our minds, it can also subconsciously change our perceptions and behavior. We can hold fear in different areas of the physical, energetic, and emotional body. Now, fear, though, always has something to teach us. It can bring us wisdom and help us understand ourselves on a deeper level. It can shed light on blocks and obstacles that prevent us from manifesting our dreams. Fear may always come to pay us a visit, but we do not have to let it change our course of action or deter our plans in any way. We simply need to listen to it, acknowledge it, and move it out of our bodies. Through facing our fears, we begin to control them and our life course. This is so important, folks, so powerful, because there is so much fear on this planet, and in so many ways. Some of them are irrational, but a lot of them make a lot of sense based on the craziness that has been going on, things being out of control, including the weather. So what this is really reminding us about is that we can use the fear to grow ourselves, to heal ourselves, to remove those blocks to our happy endings in life. Yeah. So during this full moon, pay attention to how you may be experiencing or becoming conscious of some fear stuff. It may come in a dream. Like I had a dream last night that was total fear stuff. But it's interesting, in the dream, I was turned into a Dora Milaje. I was just like, hey, bring it on. I'm ready. I got my spear. Let's go, you know. But it's about really becoming conscious of where it is that we are stuck with fear, and realize that fear only has as much power over you as you give it. And like they're saying in this quote, you know, the best thing to do, listen to it, tell it, you know, that might be true, but I'm open to something new, and let it move out of your body. So take a salt bath or shower, you know, get some Reiki, get a massage, go swimming, do some meditation, you know, whatever it takes to really allow yourself to let go of holding on to that energy and open up to receiving the love energy, which totally wants to come in. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now we're going to move to the 4th of June on Sunday. And we have this aspect, which is another conjunction, this time with Mercury and Uranus, both in Taurus. Taurus is the star of this first half of the month. Now, when the planet of communication meets a planet of surprises, we can expect insights and breakthroughs, aha moments, and important announcements. Woo! This is a day of inspiration that can lead us to try new things without overstepping our boundaries. Yes, and really important that we stay in tune with that. So again, we get some more sweet energy, some supportive energy coming in on Sunday. Now let's move to Monday, June the 5th. And here we get Venus entering Leo. Now, what's really unusual about this is that, you know, Venus, Mercury, Mars, which are considered the personal planets, they are closer to, you know, the orbit of the sun. And so it doesn't take them as long to move through the parts of the sky, the astrological parts of the sky, as it does, say, Pluto and other, you know, bigger and further away planets. So usually they stay like just a couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, you know, I mean, 2 to 3 weeks at most. Sometimes maybe, you know, maybe a month. But this time, this is a 4-month process. So on Monday, Venus, the goddess of love, moves into royal Leo. Venus is in Leo for an unusual 4-month period from June the 5th to October the 8th. This is an extended visit due to an upcoming retrograde Venus cycle from the 4th of September through the 8th of October. So this is the most joyful, romantic, and creative planetary aspect we can have, and perhaps one of the most exciting aspects of the year. Yes, and I want to emphasize, folks, to go higher when it talks about Venus and love. Go higher into what Venus represents, which is about valuing ourselves. It's really, really what it, and then it shows up materially, it shows up financially, it shows up, in all the ways we think of comfort and luxury and relationship. But it starts with valuing ourselves. And so I want you to think about these next 4 months as having the opportunity to consciously work on valuing yourself, knowing that this energy is around to support you. And Leo is all about the self. Let me focus on the self. Let me grow myself. So the combination of Venus and Leo, oh yeah, this is really good stuff. And once you have practiced and integrated the valuing of yourself enough, then you can call up the right partner in your life, the right beloved, the right situation for you. And always, whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's business relationships, friendships, all of that. So again, focus on that valuing of yourself over these next 4 months, and you won't regret it. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Now, on the same day, as would happen, we get a tight energy. We get an opposition energy. This is Venus in Leo opposing Pluto, who is still at this time in Aquarius. Now, this aggressive aspect can leave us all walking on eggshells, as it's easy to feel triggered or activated over the smallest offenses. Dominating people may try to take control today, so keep your boundaries up. Yeah. So here it is, the same day that we're getting this energy to come and teach us how to value ourselves. Yeah, we're going to get the opportunity to put that into practice, because that's what's going on when somebody's trying to be controlling of you. It's an opportunity for you to set your boundary and not give away your power by what? Valuing yourself. Exactly. Seeing yourself as, I'm enough. I'm okay. I may be messy. I may be, imperfect, but I am here. And I'm going to have what I'm supposed to have. Absolutely. Yeah. Wonderful stuff. So now we're going to jump to next Friday. And on this day, we get a flow energy of a sextile with Mercury in Taurus and Neptune in Pisces. And as it says here, the healing aspect encourage us to listen to our hearts when making important decisions, especially when it comes to money or relationships. Yeah, absolutely. So again, wonderful flow energy just coming in to support us, because this next set of aspects on next Sunday, the 11th, it's just really interesting. There are going to be 4 aspects. And the first one, I've got a couple of slides for you because it's really important. This is Pluto retrograde re-entering Capricorn. And it'll be there from June 11th all the way through January 22nd of 2024. That's a good 6 months plus. Yeah. So here's what you want to be aware of in terms of this. Yeah. Oh, I just got to show this right away. Facebook user said, I am enough. Yes. Hold that, repeat that, believe that, eat that, smell that, chew that, be that, because, we have to value ourselves if we're really going to go forward into this new age. So here's a reminder about the energetic of Pluto in Capricorn. This transit holds our unconscious biases and behaviors up for review, encouraging us to evaluate deeply imprinted subconscious material. Our engagement as consumers, the efficacy of adages like the grind or work hard, play hard, and most notably, the myth of meritocracy are finally being questioned. As we break from business as usual, we have begun more considerate dialogues about how to uplift the welfare of people. And this is from Nisa Grazda. And, Pluto went into Capricorn back in, I think it was 208, but it took until 2020 for that energy to really begin exploding. And of course, talking about what happened after the death of George Floyd and the Me Too movement and this shift into a woke culture, people becoming more conscious and considerate of the fact that there is diversity and it's not going away. Yeah, absolutely. So that's that energetic. So with Pluto going back into Capricorn, because it was in Aquarius for a minute, giving us a preview of what's coming for 2024, we get a chance to continue to work on this stuff, which is so important for moving in. So here's the message for you. This retrograde invites us to be vulnerable while it peels back layers to sit with what lies underneath. To witness parts of ourselves we have disowned and cast into the shadow, all so that we may reach into acceptance and reclaim ourselves piece by piece. To witness what has been keeping us chained, dimmed, powerless, and fearful, also that we may remember our freedom, power, and light. As Pluto retrogrades, allow the cyclic journey of your becoming and unbecoming to be what it is. Not only are we in the space of retrograde, but we are dancing deep within the era-defining changes of Pluto from Capricorn to Aquarius. This dwarf planet lives in the realms beyond our control, beyond our grasping. Our part in this is that of, and if you hear nothing else, people, hear these three words: surrender, presence, and grace. Ashe, ashe. This is what we need to navigate through this time of this kind of deeper change, deeper bringing up, what's in our subconscious, what's in our unconscious, in terms of how it is that we're being, first of all, with ourselves. Because if you make up a single story about somebody else, you're doing that about yourself. If you objectify someone sexually, male or female, you are doing that to yourself. So what this is talking about is, come on, let's move out of those old paradigms, those old fears, old ways of thinking. And the only way to do that is through surrender, presence, and grace. And presence is about being present to what's happening, being open, being curious. And the grace piece is back to valuing yourself, believing that you can receive everything you need in order to be in alignment with what this new energy is calling for. Yeah. It's really powerful stuff. This first half of June ain't no joke. It's some really powerful stuff. There's sweetness in it, folks, but there is this challenge of, are we going to be the change? Or are we just going to keep giving it lip service? Yeah, absolutely. So on the same day, here we are, back to the 11th, we're going to get Mercury and Taurus trining Pluto, again, retrograde in Capricorn. It's a positive aspect for manifesting as we achieve anything we want if we allow ourselves to visualize it already happening. And I love this aspect too, because that's another way to navigate forward. And that's kind of also connected to the energetic of grace. It's like we have the ability as human beings, unlike other creatures on this planet, to actually imagine ourselves being in the situation, the house, the relationship, the job, whatever it is that we want, we have that ability to imagine ourselves being in that. And that's what this aspect is saying. Don't waste your time and energy on what can't be, of what won't be, of what is leaving you or what you lost. Focus on what it is that you are ready to have come into your life. Yeah. Use that imagination, use that visualization, do that daydreaming. And there's a whole technology around this. This is nothing new. But this energy is really reminding us, take the time to do this. Don't let your fears keep you from having your happy endings and fulfillment in life. Yeah. Now, also on this day, we get Mercury entering Gemini, another sweet energy. It'll be here until the 26th. And when Mercury is in Gemini, we can see things for what they are without bias or misjudgment and seize opportunities better. Our mind becomes more agile, our communication more fluent, and our conversations more enjoyable. The exquisite energy of Mercury and Gemini inspires the student in all of us so that we can absorb as much information as possible. Woohoo! I love that. Love that. And again, here we are in the Gemini season. So this is very appropriate that this would be one of the 4 aspects that shows up. And again, really opening us up with communication and clarity, getting more clarity. And of course, sprinkled in there is about the truth. Yeah, absolutely. And then the next one, the final one for the 11th is a square. So it's a tight energy. Venus in Leo squaring Jupiter in Taurus. This is not a great aspect for working, but a great day for having fun. Take the day off and play hooky with friends, as you won't be very productive otherwise. I love this. I'm interpreting this as saying with all the other aspects, you got the retrograde Pluto into Capricorn, Mercury trining Pluto in Capricorn, Mercury entering Gemini. And this one is saying, chill out. And thank goodness it is a Sunday. Remember, Sunday used to be that day of rest. We need to get back to that. And it's saying there's so much energy coming in that you really just have to give yourself permission to not be doing business. Just really chill out and relax. And I think that the 11th is Father's Day, isn't it? I think so. So yeah. Really, really good message for us. Yeah. And moving to our last one for the first half of the month of June, which will be on Thursday, June 15th, we have another tight energy. This is Mercury in Gemini squaring Saturn in Pisces. And it says, this anxious aspect can leave us all feeling a little gloomy. As we worry about the worst that could happen, remember that there are brighter days ahead. That's the other thing about the energies for this first half of the month that I am understanding is that we're being prepared. We're being prepared to face the fears, to not let the fears rule us. We're being prepared to open up to stepping onto a new adventure, to really being the change that we have been working on, that we've been talking about. And then letting us know that, stuff gonna happen, stuff's going down. But as the full moon in Sagittarius was also telling us, that we have this ability to not let the fear rule us and to really keep ourselves full of hope, full of realizing that, in every piece of challenge and trouble, there's always a silver lining. There's always some treasure. So our job is to, give ourselves permission Give ourselves permission to remember that when things get tight. And also that we really can get access to what we need to solve those problems, to move forward. Yeah, this is a time of hope. That's what I feel like. It's really a time of hope, time to really give ourselves permission to not go into despair, not give up on ourselves, to value ourselves, back to that, to really let ourselves be okay with where we are, what we're doing, how we're doing it. Yeah, absolutely. So there you have it. There's your astrology for self-mastery for the first half of June. As I said, I will be back with the last half probably in a week, about a week or so. Also, I will be giving you all the references that I used, there was a lot of them, for this report, and I will be putting timestamps onto this video so that you can go to a specific day and get access to what you want to stay conscious about as this energy is moving forward. I thank you so much for tuning in and for listening, for watching. It's my great pleasure to be of service to you. And if you've got any comments or questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comment section below this video or on my YouTube channel, which is, on my Facebook page, which is Wisdom Walk Community, which you're welcome to join. In the meantime, I want to wish you a very healthy, happy, and safe first half of the month. I will be doing my broadcasting on Sunday live for my Wisdom Walk Talk. I will be talking about Be the Change, and I also will be dropping the elemental wisdom for the month of June for you in a day. I will definitely get it out in a day. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm usually long today, but I just decided to take my time, not rush, and make sure that you got access to this wonderful, wonderful, important information. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.